It was a peaceful morning in a small village nestled near the foot of a dense forest. The air was crisp, and the golden rays of the sun filtered through the tall trees. A man named Arun, a kind and curious soul, lived on the outskirts of this village. He had a loyal companion, his dog Bruno, who was as playful as he was protective. That day, Arun decided to take Bruno on one of their regular walks into the forest. The duo had explored many parts of the forest, but there were always places they hadn't ventured into. Bruno, full of energy, wagged his tail furiously, excited for the adventure ahead. As they wandered deeper into the woods, Arun noticed how quiet everything had become. The chirping of birds and the rustle of leaves had faded away. It felt as though the forest itself was holding its breath. Suddenly, Bruno froze. Bruno's ears perked up, and he started barking furiously at something in the distance. Arun was startled. He tried to calm Bruno down, but the dog wouldn't stop. He barked and barked, pulling at his leash, trying to lead Arun somewhere. Following Bruno, Arun found himself standing in front of a cave he had never seen before. It was dark and foreboding, with jagged rocks framing its entrance. Bruno kept barking, his gaze fixed on the cave, as though trying to warn Arun about something inside. Arun hesitated. The cave looked eerie, and a chill ran down his spine. But Bruno's relentless barking stirred his curiosity and concern. Could there be someone or something inside? Taking a deep breath, Arun decided to step into the cave. With Bruno at his side, the air inside the cave was damp and cold. The walls were rough, and Arun's footsteps echoed in the silence. Bruno continued barking, but his tone had changed, less aggressive, more anxious. Arun held up his flashlight, scanning the cave's interior, and then, he saw it. Arun's breath caught in his throat. At the far end of the cave lay an old chest, partially buried under rocks and dirt. But that wasn't what shocked him. Surrounding the chest were strange markings on the walls, symbols he didn't recognize. They seemed ancient, almost otherworldly. Against his better judgment, Arun approached the chest. His heart pounded in his chest as he brushed away the dirt and debris. The symbols on the walls seemed to shimmer faintly in the dim light of his flashlight. Bruno whined softly, his tail between his legs, as if sensing danger. With trembling hands, Arun opened the chest. Inside, he found objects that seemed ancient, artifacts made of gold and silver, and a small, intricately carved idol that seemed to radiate an eerie energy. As soon as Arun touched the idol, a deep, guttural sound echoed through the cave. The ground beneath his feet trembled, and a cold wind swept through the cavern. Bruno barked wildly, trying to pull Arun away. Realizing he had disturbed something far beyond his understanding, Arun grabbed Bruno and bolted out of the cave. The strange sounds followed them, growing louder and more menacing. Arun's heart raced as he stumbled through the forest, Bruno leading the way back home. Arun couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had settled over him. The artifacts, the symbols, the strange sounds, they all pointed to something ancient and powerful. He decided to report his findings to the local authorities and vowed never to ignore Bruno's instincts again. To this day, Arun wonders what he truly stumbled upon in that cave. Was it a treasure guarded by some ancient force, or something far more sinister? The forest remained silent, and the cave, untouched. But every now and then, villagers claim they hear faint barking near the cave's entrance, a reminder of the day Arun and Bruno uncovered a mystery best left undisturbed. Some doors are best left closed. And some caves are best left unexplored.